Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. We are back for round number 9 of the NSP Supercross Championship, and we are at Washington this week. We're at FedEx Field, as per the stadium on my right. I'm sure some of you Washington natives will recognise this place. And this track this week, I do feel it follows a similar sort of vibe as last round. What I mean by that is more of that kind of like old school DDC vibe, where it's a little bit more open, you know, big rhythm section, so on and so forth. There's a couple of split lanes around this track, and over the far right hand side, the far right rhythm section that you can see there, not many people are going to get this reference because I'm well aware how old Reflex is these days, but it reminds me of the last section before the finish line on Fort Dodge round 1 when it makes 83 Reflex, where you can kind of hug the left side and you can send it into the corner, or you can go right side and check up a little bit. I'll show you the right side first, because left side you do need to run up for. So you can either just absolutely steam down here, slam on the brakes and double, or you can go left side and basically try and triple the whole thing. I have a feeling left side's going to be better. Same with this as well. You can either double and triple, or you can go triple double, or you can hug the far left side and you can actually roll and then quad. And as we all know, 9 times out of 10, quadding in this game is going to be way, way quicker than anything else. So definitely give that a little bit of a look-see. The whoop sections, there's 2 of them, almost back-to-back here, but they are fairly straightforward. You can also go quad-quad after this whoop section as well, which is very nice. And then you have to try and... this is going to be an interesting one, because in the past, the quickest way for whoops has always been like apexing it and drifting out slightly. But then you're almost still turning as you get into the whoop section itself. Whereas I saw last round in particular, there was a whoop section where people were forcing themselves to take the outside 90-degree berm to hit them in a straight line. So that could be the case today. We have one of these kind of like off-camber, turny 180s here that Aiden's been putting in. You can either go around the outside and triple into this section, or you can go inside and then double. And I'm yet to experiment too much with the different rhythm options through here, but inside double actually seems quite viable. And there's been a fair few people over the course of this season that have been experimenting with them tight inside lines. And we've got a split going into this section as well, so I'm curious to see what's going to be the fast way through here. And then I just need to work out... I think you probably step over this. I'm trying to work out like fast lines through here, but it seems like even if you miss one jump, for example, if you step onto a table rather than being able to step over it all the way, you can still get a good rhythm out of it. It's not like you're forced to do one line and one line only. So a lot of thoughts went into this. So that go left side here, you can send the triple all the way into the corner. I checked up a little bit too much there, but suspension took it like a champ. And then also here, I'm preferring hugging this left side, scrubbing this a little bit, and then quadding all the way into the corner. And you haven't got to think about it quite as much when you hit that quad. Whereas if you hit the right-hand side, and if you're doubling or tripling, you have to make sure you check up the right amount. We've also got this whoop section here, which if you hit it well, try and stay on top of it all, you can then quad, and then quad all the way into this section as well. So it's actually very, very flowy once you get it down, and there's nothing more satisfying than hitting quads on a Supercross track. Other than maybe a tyre tap. Everyone knows I'm a bit of a tyre tap enjoyer. You can triple in here. I don't think it's possible to quad after you triple in, which is why I'm not too sure about that outside line. I want to go... Let me just go and have a look real quick, just in case Aiden's done something like making the takeoff one side taller than the other. But... So you triple in over top of this, and then it's the takeoff of this jump here. It doesn't feel like it gives you enough oomph to be able to quad. So you're either going to have to check right up and go on off, or you're going to have to try and step down to this, and then you can kind of see what line you want to do after that. But right now, I actually think hugging inside and doubling into that section to begin with might be the quickest way. I haven't messed around with this too much. Oh, someone's definitely going to be able to go all the way over that tabletop from the inside. That could lead to some good lines as well. And you saw there, I got out of a rhythm, but still, I checked up on one jump, and now I can just jump my whole way through the rest of the way again. I think that's the good thing about Aiden being able to make these tracks as fancy tracks. They're all fully custom, they're not replicating anything, as he can mess around with it as much as he wants. Let's try and hit this triple a bit better this time. Won't check up as much. Little tap of the brake, coming to land, nice. Got to land on the brakes or you will run off a little bit too far before you hit the finish line, so there's a little bit of trickiness to it. You go right side here, you can triple. Oh my goodness. Not much wiggle room. Not much wiggle room at all on that right hand side. Maybe you're not even meant to triple. Maybe it's meant to be a double triple rather than a triple double. I'll try double triple next time. Right, shifting up gears through these whoops as well to get a good run. and then you hit your quad. Oh, I've actually overjumped it. Ooh, okay. So it's not as straightforward as I thought. It's not like you just have to get a great run and you're fine. You can overdo it as well. Trying to stay on top of these as well. These whoops, they're weird because they look quite intimidating. They're quite tall and far apart from each other, but the bike does seem to do an okay job of just tracking through there. It doesn't seem to have too many issues for me at all anyway. I don't know if there is quad possibilities when you triple into that rhythm section. I do think that left side might be best. I prefer going around the outside there in that 90 and hitting this rhythm I'm hitting where we go on, off, step over. Oh, no, I missed it. Oh, never mind. I wasn't even meant to step over there. I was meant to step on. I mean, there's so many... the rhythm section's so long and there's so many tables, I forget where exactly I am. Slam on the brakes, round to this 90. Scrub this bad boy. I want to try and hit this triple in before the finish line cleanly. If I jump further to the right, that'll give me... I can open up the corner a bit more. That's it. Apex it a little bit better. And then get up and over the finish line normally. So what if I... Let me just try doubling into there. So we go double, then we triple. You do slam into the face of the triple a little bit. But I generally do feel left side's going to be the way to go there for most people. Just experiment, do a little on-off, maybe you slide out in the corner, still get a good run for the whoops. It was an okay run. Can you still quad if you get a bad run though? No. So it's going to be down to the individual racers really to realise or determine how fast they're going by the end of the whoops and if they want to try and commit to that quad or not. So yeah, for this rhythm I'm actually preferring hugging inside there, double in, step in on. You might be able to step over though if you get a really good run into it. And then you can quad down to here, and you double into this corner as well. That feels to me like the nicest way about it. Let's try this rhythm again without going too far. So you just step on, nice, off. Can we triple? Or quad after this, sorry, quad. Don't know if I'm going to get the next one. Stretch it. Oh, I did. And then you're meant to go over this, and then triple out to here. No, that's really, really viable as well. So left side or right side through that long rhythm. Do feel like they'd end up being very, very equal by the end of it. I always give these opinions on what I think works best each round, and then by the time the really fast boys come to play anyway, they'll find something I didn't even fathom or didn't think would exist, so I'm very curious to see what they're going to do about it. Go left side here as well, just quad our way all the way into the corner, nice and smooth. Triple... actually, let me... Oh, I don't know, actually. I was thinking this left-handed 180 here could be one of them corners where the guys check up and hug inside, but because you're quadding into this corner, it's going to be near impossible to try and slow up in time. I was only thinking because then you could double in and then triple afterwards, and that could be a viable line, but I really don't think they're going to get stopped in time for the corner if they're quadding in. Right, oh, I fell into one of them. Right, let's actually experiment. So we're going to step over and then triple double. Okay. So there is a bailout option. It's definitely nowhere near as fast as being able to quad afterwards, but the option is there if you need it. Try and hug this inside tight. So if I stay low here... Oh no, I still overjumped it. I do see a world where they stay low and then manage to step over that table. Work our way through again. So it depends how well you can scrub your way in. That was decent. Over... Oh, no, I'm kind of slapping my front end down there. I don't think that's going to be the way. So yeah, double in and then step onto the table. Try this inside again. I haven't given it too much attention. Inside. Gonna go on. I don't think I'm gonna have the speed to quad now. Go on, stretch it. Nice. All right. Wait, I actually overjumped that slightly. I messed myself up for the rest of the section. Haven't got that clean yet from the inside. The outside is very, very straightforward, but when you're on the inside, you have to make sure you downside like the first 2 jumps or so pretty much perfect. Otherwise, you just won't build up that forwards momentum that you need to get over all of the... Oh, over all of the quads. Okay, so I can't triple this time. So you can come in here, slam on the brakes. It's an alternative line if you don't want to follow, for example, but I don't think it's going to be very quick. So yeah, the alternative here, I guess, is you double in, and then you triple, and then you could hug the inside, which I guess maybe by the end of this section could actually end up being equal to quadding and going all the way around the outside of the corner. Which is something that happened last week, was if you hit one rhythm section differently, it would actually affect the entirety of the next rhythm section as well. So it's not just one line that you're thinking of, you're kind of planning way in advance of what you want to do. I don't know if us MX Bikes players have the brain capacity to think of all these moves way in advance. So we're just going to go step on, step off, quad off of this. I did tag the back end a little bit, yeah, so they'd quad this. then double. Right, let me see. I want to really try and hit this inside clean. There you go, I want to scrub on. There we go, nice. And then check up here. I want to check up on this quad a little bit so I don't over jump it. Nice. Tap the back brake there. Quad over that one. And then triple out. Lovely stuff. Nice. I'm glad I finally got to show it off in the right way. Round to the right, we'll hit this soupy... Oh, so I thought it was a triple. It's the size of a triple, but it is a double to accommodate the finish, well, the start corner underneath it. Then we'd cut down here, hug this left side, jump all the way into the corner. Don't slide out on me. Then up and over the finish line. So there you go. That is a handful of laps around round numero 9 here at Washington, D.C. And a little bit of a technical track in some places. You are going to have to be quite precise to hit these big lines on a consistent basis. And I'm just very excited to see if we get as many insane sign-ups as we did last week. Last week was by far the most stacked. And I feel like I keep saying that on a weekly basis. But I think it's just where it's off-season now. And there's not too much else going on. Everyone's just itching to play some NSP Supercross. So I'll catch you all later tonight. Thank you in advance if you do end up showing up and showing your love and support. It's very much appreciated. Have a lovely rest of the day, wherever you're up to. I'll see you guys later. Peace. And of course, a big old shout out to my lovely members of the channel. Your love and support is very much appreciated, and it helps the channel keep on running. So there you go. Your name up on the screen. A little bit of love at the end of each of these videos. See you in the live stream later on.